Hey y'all, I just got through with my workout. I'll show you a part of it in a minute, but today's to help recover from yesterday. Yesterday, I was able to run some on the track and then did some exercises in the weight room. And getting like high heart rates and having a hypoxic environment, so where there's no oxygen, or a highly acidic environment, that can actually damage and destroy mitochondria. So what today is doing is trying to help rebuild new mitochondria and kind of restore that. So the first part that I did was just my normal walk in the morning. I am wearing a heart rate monitor now just to make sure that I get in the right ranges, because I had actually been going too slow, so I wasn't getting up there where I needed to be. And I think that's part of the reason why my resting heart rate has crept up just a little bit. So this morning I walked for about 45 minutes, keeping my heart rate between 100 and 130. That's definitely more of a recovery activity, and it helps to just kind of get me moving and warmed up to come in and then do some of the work to help restore the mitochondria and the fast twitch muscle fibers. So for me, I enjoy sprinting, I enjoy bouldering. Both are more on that kind of power speed side for their respective things. So sprinting is obviously a lot faster than just going for a jog. Bouldering's more on that power side versus doing like some long sustained route, or multi-pitch, multi-pitch wall, that kind of stuff. So probably relies a little bit more on fast twitch muscle fibers for both things. And so now with this, I'm just working the lower body. I'm not really getting that restoration for mitochondria and the fast twitch upper body muscle fibers. But then I come and do the bike. So this is a spin bike. You have to have it. You could do like step ups instead. But again, this is designed to help kind of restore the mitochondria and the fast twitch muscle fibers. So you need a pretty high resistance on the bike. And then you just spin on the bike, but there's a pause between each push. Not a long pause, but a pause. That way we help to make sure we're not getting that acidic, hypoxic environment for the fast twitch muscle fibers and doing the opposite of what we want. So it would look something like this. You push, push, pause, push, and then you just keep going. So today, this is the second week of doing this. So I did 2 rounds of 12 minutes. This is not my most favorite activity. I like walking because at least I'm outside, I can look around. But I mean, this does get monotonous. Walking on a treadmill, elliptical. It doesn't really matter the piece of equipment. It's just not exactly my most fun, enjoyable activity. But I do know that this is very helpful, and it gives me the results that I want. So then I enjoy it. But I first learned about these things using the walking for cardiac output. So let me talk about that. The 100 to 130 heart rate should allow the left ventricle of my heart to fill and then pump. And so that helps to build a specific type of hypertrophy there for the heart, which is helpful, helps to lower resting heart rate, things like that. Definitely with this. And then like tomorrow, well, yesterday I walked as well, only about 30 minutes, but I tried to get my heart rate up into the 130s, 130 to 150 a little bit. It's a little hard with some of the hills, like going down the hill, it's kind of hard to get into that. But going uphill, it's not hard. And I've actually started to use a weight vest for that, just to try to make it, my body has to work a little bit harder so I can get in that higher range. Um, and so that helps to build a little bit more of a, hypertrophy where it's contracting rather than just kind of stretching out. So that can be very helpful for what the heart has to do. And then that can make it easier later on to do some work in very high heart rate ranges. Um, but I first learned about this information from Mark McLaughlin in Oregon at PTC, and he had got it from Dr. Probably going to butcher these names, but Dr. Saluyanov and Val Nasedkin with Omega Wave. Omega Wave has some good equipment to help let you know about readiness, when you're ready to train and different things like that. Uses heart rate variability, so an EKG to kind of figure some stuff out, and then it uses DC potential as well to kind of see how the nervous system's doing. And you can get some information about nervous system from heart rate variability too. But then it just kind of lets you know what things you're ready to train. Like, are you ready to train speed or strength? Is it endurance, or is everything just in the tank and you just need to not do anything? So it can give you some good information. Joel Jameson also talks about this. He's done a lot with like mixed martial arts conditioning. And I think I think he has Mark on one of his videos talking about this specific exercise with a spin bike. But it's from like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, a long time ago. Um, but so those are some other places to get sources of information about this and kind of learn more about it. So like I said, for me specifically, just trying to be healthy. So I want to make sure I have mitochondria because I think that's the key to health. And then the things I tend to do will tend to damage the mitochondria more in the fast twitch muscle fibers. So that's why I'm focusing on them. Plus, for the sports that I do, the fast twitch muscle fibers are more important. So, if you're doing something that's more aerobic based, you could still do this. It still would be helpful. The cardiac output definitely would be helpful, but then there's some other things you can do that relate more to the slow twitch muscle fibers. And so maybe we'll talk about some of those things next time and kind of, another reason why this is really important from a performance standpoint rather than just from the mitochondrial standpoint. But I appreciate you guys watching. I thought about recording the whole time on the bike, but watching that for even 2 minutes would have been really, really boring. So I figured just doing a couple revolutions was probably enough. So hopefully you guys got the idea. If you have questions, let me know. I'll answer anything. But thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.